We need to drill out these rivets right here. There's 4 of them. If you happen to have bolts here, you just want to take those bolts out, but most of the time they're going to be rivets. Find a drill bit that is going to fit a little bit smaller than the size of the head, and just drill. And a lot of times the head will break off like that. Just do the same on the other ones. There we go, and the plate bracket slides right off. Now with the rivets still in there, you can take a punch, just punch them the rest of the way in, and sometimes the rest of the rivet will fall out. That's okay. If it's a little bit tricky, you can drill it out as well. Take these push pins out. There's 3 on each side. Just use a trim tool. Pop these out. You can grab this panel and just fold it like this. Take these screws out, there's 4 of them. Use a T20 socket. From underneath, you have 2 screws on each side. Use a 7mm socket, take those out. On the side here, take these push pins out, just use a trim tool. Pop that out. There's probably one down there as well. This vehicle doesn't have it. And then take these screws out. Use a T20 socket. Take both of those out. Slide back. And through this area right here, use a 7mm socket. Take the screw out here. Then you can grab the bumper, use a little bit of force, just pop it out, just like that. You want to do the same on the other side. And just grab the bumper and just slide it off. On the back side of here, you need to remove this retainer right here. The best thing to do, or the easiest thing to do, would just be cut them and replace them, but sometimes you have to reuse them if you don't have a choice. So just use a pick or some pliers. You can bend them out a little bit. Just like that. There's another one on the other side. And these are clipped in right here, so if you get a pick, just get underneath. Just put a little pressure on the grill, pushing it down as you try to release these clips. There we go, comes right out. Now I'm going to take this piece off because it's in the way a little bit right here. Loosen this up. There is a square drive right there. If it doesn't come out this easily, you can use a square drive, or a small screwdriver should work. Push those clips in. Should be able to slide this up. And slide that out of the way. On both sides, take these retainers off. You can use a pick or a screwdriver. Twist them off a little bit. You can just pry them off like that. Do the same on this one. Now just putting a little bit of pressure and taking a pick and going around. There's some clips that are holding this on. Try to release the clips as you push this down a little bit. And the grill slides right out. Use a 7mm socket. Take this screw out right here. And then if you have to, use a screwdriver. And there's some clips right here, right here. Just pry these out. And then slide that cover right off. Do the same on the other side. Take these screws out. There's 2 on each side. Use a 7mm socket. And these 2 as well. Now using a screwdriver or a pick, you want to separate the 2 panels. They are just clipped in, so if you just slide this out, put a little pressure on the lower panel. As you release the clips, they will separate. Separated. Now slide these pieces together. Try to line the tabs up. Install the screws. Tighten those down. And install the screws on the side. Tighten these down. Grab this J-clip, slide that out. Take the new one and slide the J-clip on. Then you can slide it underneath. Slide the clips in position. Make sure it's all clipped in. Take that screw, get that started, and snug it down. Slide the grill through from the front side. And just line the clips up. Take the retainers, slide those in position. You can take a 10mm socket and push it down. It should stay on there. Do the same with the other ones. Now slide this foam piece in position. Lock it down. Bend this tab back. And take that bolt, screw it down. You can just screw it down with your hand. You don't need an actual tool. Now take the upper grill, line this up. Line all the tabs up and lock them in place. And we can put the retainers on, use a 10mm socket. Push them on. If you're reusing the old ones, you can push them down on a bench and just hammer it with a hammer to flatten them out so they go on a little tighter. All right, line the bumper up on both sides. Just line these up. Take the 7mm screw, line this up, snug that down, and line this up. You can put the push pin in. If you had one down below, put that one in as well. Put these screws in. Tighten these down on both sides. Underneath, get these 2 screws started on both sides. Tighten them down. Put these bolts in. And tighten them down. Slide this panel back in place and put the push pins in, lock them down. Do the same on this side. Now, if this is the first time you're putting on a plate bracket, you want to just line this up. You can see in the center where it kind of looks like a V, there's a little bit of a point. You want to line that up there. And then on the sides, it would line up with this trim right here and here. When you have that all lined up, what you can do is take a marker and just mark where the holes are going to be. And then go back, and then you can drill the holes according to the drill or the rivet size that you have. So for these rivets, we're gonna have to drill these holes a little bit bigger. Now line this up, put the rivets in place. And use a rivet gun that fits for those rivets. Lock them down, do the same for the other ones.